Good morning. I want to talk about the idolatry of, from Jerry Maguire, "You Complete Me." That idea that someone out there is going to complete you um, comes from the pit of hell, because the reality of it is, and it's about you becoming love and understanding who you are. We come into the world apart from the love of God. So we come in broken and apart from that love, so we're always searching for love and acceptance in all these different avenues, and one of them being the love partner, thinking that somehow that man or that woman is going to complete the brokenness that's within. And it's just not true. That person cannot play that role in your life. They will let you down. You're putting too much weight on them to be that role. You know, I saw this in a friend of mine. His daughter was in such an unhealthy relationship, right? Such an unhealthy relationship to where, for one, she doesn't see her own value. So she allows herself to be walked on and beaten down by this person. And yet, he's at a point now with trying to deal with his daughter, and his daughter doesn't see her value. So she's going to allow that guy back into her life. And it's crazy, because the reality of it is, you know, she would rather be with somebody that is a drug addict that's just completely lost and hasn't come to the end of himself than to be alone for a while. And that's because she doesn't understand it's a change of perspective. You know, she's got a child of her own, and seeing the beauty of what she does have, instead she focuses on what she doesn't have. And that's the shift. When you understand that you are truly loved and accepted by God, and your identity comes from that place, it gives you the ability to truly love someone else. She doesn't love that guy because she loves him. She loves him because she needs him. That's the difference. You know, when you say "you complete me," you're saying that you are broken, and you need something to come in and fulfill you. Well, you do, but it's God himself. And that's where your identity can flow from. Then you can become free and really be able to love someone unconditionally. But if you're coming from that place of, you know, really you're not saying "I love you," you're saying "I need you to love me back," because you aren't whole. And that's where it says, "Come to me all who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest for your soul." Right? And until we can come to that place, I mean, I'm only preaching out of a life lived. From the time I was 16 till I was 45, I had to have someone in my life. And what a horrible place to be, because you're always in a place of need rather than being able to truly love. Love comes, it's about us becoming love because we know we are loved, right? And we get that from God himself, not from another man or from a job or from our children. We get it from God himself, and we settle for something so far less than what he desires for us, you know, and that's the insanity of it. And the enemy keeps us in that place of bondage, you know, but there's a different way of living. You know, when you come to him and you see your created value, now all of a sudden you won't allow somebody to treat you like that, because you know who you are. You know you're a child of God. You know you're loved. You know you're precious. You know the beauty of who you are. You know, it comes alive. And that's what I pray for my buddy's daughter, that she can see her value. And then, you know, my prayer for that kid is that he gets his life together and that he comes to the end of himself. And, you know, we're all broken and kind of like caught in our own garbage, but man, there's a different way of living when we come to him, and then we yoke ourselves to him and we learn his ways instead of our ways, because we come in broken and apart from him. But at any time we can come back to that love and reconnect to it in a submitted life and say, "God, help me." And in that he will. You know, he restores you. He reconciles you to himself. And then all of a sudden, you know, we aren't broken vessels trying to fill ourselves with all this garbage instead of what we need to be filled with, which is God. God bless y'all. Hope you have an amazing day.